Okay, so my predictions for the next. Can I see the mic? Fuck. Okay, so my predictions for the next like 30 years is this. So for one, Russia is. Wait, is Russia what color? Just say they're fucking. I don't know. Green. No. White. Let's say so. Russia is gonna get this. I don't like it. Blue. Let's do. Fuck you. Okay, so Russia. They're gonna win this war. They're already winning, and the economy is probably not gonna, fall apart. Jesus Christ. And Belarus is a soft, they're the puppet state. They're annexed, pretty much. Georgia, probably annexed. I don't know. Azerbaijan, Armenia. I think they'll be okay. I don't know. The Baltic states right here. That's. I don't know if they're gonna get annexed. Can I even know? Whatever. New layer, opacity. Let's call that a soft annex. Because I don't know. We don't. The whole point is they're gonna test if NATO is strong enough or willing to defend when push comes to shove. So we don't know. Fuck. Whatever. Alright, so that's Russia. Finland's probably gonna be fine. It's I don't see them getting annexed again. China. These are red. So this is I know where's Taiwan? Taiwan is a shoo-in. That's a definite annex. And I think that these two. Fuck. Hold on. I don't know how to use Korea. These guys. The East is gonna just be red. The Eastern powers are gonna get. I don't know about Mongolia. They'll be fine probably, but they're gonna get Taiwan and all this, and probably they'll be back for Kazakhstan. Georgia, I think, will be fine because nothing ever happens to Georgia. But yeah, they're gonna get a little mini Soviet empire thingy. They're gonna get it again, probably. And what they're gonna do that by. They're gonna Russia is probably gonna invade the Baltics to test NATO, and at the same span of time, in around like 2026 or 2027, I can't remember. That's when China, so I've heard, they're gonna go for here, and also North Korea is going to try to get South Korea, because if these guys, let's call NATO, Iceland, all up in it. If these guys, I think these guys, okay, NATO, the West, is gonna have to either fight multiple wars. Here, South Korea was here and here, which will, test the strength of the alliance, which hasn't been done before. So nobody really knows if that's gonna work out. And also China, Africa. China kind of debt trapped Africa. So they're, except for I think one of the tiny ones, but yeah, Africa is just a shoe-in for the Eastern global hegemon, especially South Africa, because you think South Africa is because of the whole Dutch thing, and the Afrikaners, I guess, yeah, they're Dutch and some of them are English, but no, they're in BRICS, and I think they're also in debt to China, so, fucking military bases galore. They're annexed. Latin America is, I don't know about Latin America, because they kind of want to be there. El Salvador is absolutely, West. We are in the West. I don't know about, because Brazil is in BRICS, but they're not gonna send soldiers to wherever. They're not gonna send. They're not there's no Brazil. I mean, there might be a few volunteers, but realistically, there's no Brazilians getting conscripted to fight these guys, because they're just gonna get dog slammed or whatever. Caribbean, I don't know about the Caribbean. Argentina, I'm pretty sure is, yeah, they're pretty much NATO. All these guys are too. I don't know if Cuba isn't no, actually no. They're blue because the U.S. has a base there or something. I think they have a base. Iran, or the Middle East, and India. I think India is gonna be yellow. India it's in BRICS, but it's not it's not that, they're not that invested, so they're just gonna yellow. They're at war with their buddy Pakistan. That's gonna go down. And the Middle East, I think Turkey's in, yeah. Turkey's in NATO. Turkey's in NATO. Middle East, they are becoming I think a tourist. Saudi Arabia wants to be a tourist state. Iran is on the east. And I'm pretty sure all these dudes are, what are they gonna do? These guys are over here. The ops are over here. Afghanistan, I'm pretty sure. Actually, no. Afghanistan is in the west. Israel, firmly in the west. Saudi Arabia is not neutral, but they're not gonna fight anyone. United Arab Emirates. I don't actually know what's happening in here. I think Israel's gonna keep, doing their thing, expanding. Any wars come. Madagascar, I don't know. They're probably in debt to China. They're cooked. Australia. Nothing ever happens in Australia. The The Aussies aren't going to war with anyone. I don't know. Wait, New Zealand, blue. Myanmar, red, because they're having a civil. I don't know which one of these are. All these are probably just red. Japan, blue, or unless, because there's a right wing dude I think getting elected. So Japan might be Team Japan. Actually, no, they're blue for a while. But Indonesia. I don't remember. Alright, well, I guess they're. It won't let. I don't know if it's a Krita thing or. It won't let me do that. Whatever, so, Indonesia's. All these dudes are. Fuck, I'm sorry. Whatever. Guam, of course, is. British. Yep. I think all these. I don't think China has anything to do with any of these. But if they had to choose, they're probably land hopping, like World War II. And here's what I think is gonna happen. I think. See, this guy, the EU, NATO. When Russia invades the Baltics, they're gonna win because the EU is gonna say, "Oh shit," this guy right here, not reliable, not the shoe-in we thought it was. So the EU's gonna. I know this is already green, but whatever. They're gonna kind of probably England's gonna crawl its way backward. The EU's gonna kind of do its own thing, try to stay independent from the decaying America and the similarly intrusive East. They're gonna try to do their own thing. I don't think they're gonna get any of this back. Or like France has some shit in Algeria, but I don't know. So yeah, these guys are gonna do their own thing. There's gonna be some what's it called? Nationalism, like I think Poland, Austria, Italy, Georgia Malone. I don't know if Macron is just the eternal lead. I don't know what is happening here. Actually, you're right. The England, UK, is kind of cooked. They're in their own bubble, and they're having a little civil war right about now. Let's say it's 37. There we go. England is having a little civil war. Russia is it's in the Baltics, but it's NATO's a little pansy kind of thing, so they're gonna get it. France isn't gonna send its its tiny youth population to go die for fucking Lithuania, Estonia, and I think Latvia. It's not happening. So they're getting all So yeah, they have this. As we discussed, Ukraine, they're, you know, the writing's on the wall. Either Putin's gonna make a deal in Alaska in 3 days, I think, August the 15th. He's gonna make a deal, and Ukraine's gonna be, you know, he's gonna get. They're gonna get like all this, or like Crimea, East Ukraine. They're gonna try to landlock to get to Moldova. Is it where's Moldova? Is this Moldova? They're gonna try to get to Moldova and, you know, accept the secessionist thing over there. So yeah, they're gonna pretty much cuck Ukraine, and then they're gonna put a puppet government. You know, fuck. Puppet government in here. Puppet. And that'll be that. And Russia, I think, there's like, I think 40 million people, right? There's like 40 million people here. So that'll kind of replace all the folks that died, you know, during the Ukraine war. And I forgot, Belarus is gonna probably turn from a vassal to a full-on, you know, you're the empire now. You're in the. I'm getting kind of tired of this that I did. I put it on. I put it on the original map. Whatever. Kazakhstan, the Eurasian Economic Union. They're probably because that was kind of a Boris Yeltsin, you know, we don't want to annex people. That was kind of a bit of that, you know. Finland, I think, let's go Finland. Finland, it's in the EU, but if NATO is like, kind of a, if the Baltics prove NATO to be kind of a pansy thing, then I think Finland's gonna lose a bit of the pingus. I'm sure I don't think they're gonna get fully, you know, annexed or whatever. But yeah, they're gonna lose this. They're gonna lose something. Brazil. I think Brazil's gonna be a bit more. I don't. It's not. Yeah, Brazil's purple. And I don't think they need any more land, but I don't know if they might get some of this. I don't know. I don't think there's any territorial disputes over there, and probably all this is still west. All of this is still west. So let's see. Afterwards, as we get to this time, you know, I'm sure Iceland will. I'm sure England will, unless they do Kenzuk, which I don't know if they're gonna do. They're kind of cowards. I don't. They're probably gonna try to get back in with the EU, and that breaks it. No way. Yeah, Greenland's not gonna get annexed. Realistically, they're not gonna get annexed. They're with Denmark, and with the U.S. having threatened Canada recently. Not recent. I think if the U.S. you know falters, I think they're gonna kind of get back with the EU because it's not like they're not in Europe, but they might. You know, he's gonna, and there it is. So this will probably get a little more Europe-y. Also, yeah, with England, Kenzuk. If Kenzuk happens, Australia, New Zealand, and then boom, new European, new multipolar world order. You got the East. You got who gives a fuck. I don't know if these guys are who gives a fuck. Actually, Turkey. I forgot about. How could I forget about Turkey? Turkey is gonna do its own thing in Cyprus, and I don't think they're gonna go for Greece. Greece is still kind of. Greece is part of these guys. I don't think Greece is gonna get Constantinople back ever, unless they get really hardcore and like nuke it or something. But yeah. So yeah, there's the Reds, the B tiers. Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Brazil, Rising Stars. The who gives a hoot. The vassals. I don't know if Latin America is. They're kind of a vassal. Argentina isn't really going to be doing anything. Chile. I don't know. Mexico might become its own thing. Again, a rising star. Where's Singapore? Where's Singapore? Bit over here. Myanmar. I don't know where Myanmar is, but if I can remember, I think it's like right here. And yeah, they're with China because they're having a civil war. I think Alaska's gonna just chill with the U.S. I don't know. I don't think California or Texas or anything is really gonna be on its own. Because if the U.S. gets humiliated and NATO's cooked, I doubt they're gonna let any more, leave. So at the end, around this time, we have. I'm gonna give Kansas its own thing. There's not enough colors. Whatever. Turquoise. We get it a turquoise. We have the Europeans in green, the West, the United States in blue, Kanzuk in turquoise, I think. That's turquoise. That's whatever. Russia. I don't know if Russia and China don't really like each other, but whatever. That's not what I asked for. Oh. There we go. I think Russia's gonna be okay. I don't think China's really gonna not this, period in history. Maybe later, but all this Russified. Now we have Russia doing its thing, China in red, leading the new world order and shit. Kanzuk hanging in there, Europe hanging in there, America, hanging in there, but things are kind of sad. Africa cooked as usual. South Africa, South Africa is like almost a failed state, so I don't know about them. Like they were a rising star for a while, but they're kind of in decline. Because no one likes Ethiopia. I think they're gonna get not Estonia. Eswatini. I don't even know this guy, so they're not landlocked. Eritrea. Yeah, they're gonna possibly go to war with Eritrea. I don't know if they're gonna win because Eritrea has apparently a nice army. So I don't know. They're probably gonna lose, knowing Ethiopia. But yeah, Africa is just vassaled. You know, they're gonna extract from it. They're gonna extract from it. You know, everyone has their turn to take from Africa. I don't think Greenland's becoming independent. Things are too. Because the U.S. just threatened to annex them. I don't think they're becoming independent. Maybe in like 50 years. Okay, Mexico, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates. I'm sorry, Yemen. I'm not gonna. Someone's conquering you, dude. Yeah, Israel. Oh, yeah, okay. All the Turkey, Israel, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, all rising stars in the global whatever. Unless they all decide to bomb Israel, but I don't know if that's really gonna happen. I wouldn't say there's like a 0% chance that they're gonna nuke it, but no one really likes Israel now. They're kind of condemned by everyone. Condemned. Like even Germany's like, bro. I don't know Israel. You're kind of going too far. China doesn't like Israel. I'm sure Saudi Arabia doesn't like Israel. Iran really doesn't like Israel. Yemen probably doesn't. Egypt definitely doesn't. I think Jordan or Syria, whichever one. This is Jordan, but this is Jordan. This is Syria, right? Or my Cyprus right there. Anyway, yeah, Jordan, Syria really don't like it. So unless they get like, you know, just diddled, they're probably gonna be like, hey, every guys, we should just fuck up Israel. Okay, they blow them up. Mexico. I think Mexico's gonna be okay. El Salvador, all these guys. The good thing is, you got the Americans and you know everyone rising housing. Everyone all up in here needs a cheaper place to live, and I think Mexico and Mesoamerica, is that what it's called? Central America, Mesoamerica. These guys, I think they're gonna find their way. I think Venezuela, nah. Colombia, no. Peru, no. Argentina, I think we'll put that in the rising star category. I don't think any of these guys are doing it. Argentina will probably be fine. Maybe they'll get, I think, Uruguay. I think that's what that is. Brazil. I don't think Brazil's gonna go to any wars over territory with any of these guys. Caribbean. I'll put Dominican in the rising star. But yeah, industrialization, picking up the slack from China because of its aging population, and with gentrification, which it's not the best thing ever, but it's probably good for the GDP. The favelas might get a little more crowded, but oh well. I mean, not oh well. That's what happens. We're not making it out of the favela, but the Americans will make it into Tenochtitlan or Mexico City or whatever. Brazil. There is a my 600-pound life Brazil. So I think they're gonna be okay because they have their own shit. They'll be fine. Argentina. It's not like world power adjacent, but I think they're gonna be okay. I don't think Brazil's gonna really like, oh, I don't think they're that greedy to try to. They don't even have an army. They gotta get through all this forest. Maybe they'll get the Falklands back from fucking bitch ass England. I don't think they're gonna try to get Chile border. I don't think there's any territorial land grabs in these guys' future. Maybe some racism. Africa's fucked. Ukraine, Baltics, Finland, fucked. Not fucked. They're, I think Russia's gonna be okay. Everyone says that it's on the brink of collapse. And maybe demographically, but I think they're gonna be okay. At least as okay as anyone else here. They have to switch out of being a petrol state, though. That's not good. That's not good for them. Another thing. I like Iceland, so I'm gonna give it a. I don't know what colors. There aren't any colors left. I'll give it a pink. Pink. Is this not in the? I hope it doesn't join the. I like independent Iceland. That'd be cool. In fact, you know what? Fan fiction. Where are the Faroe Islands here? Orkney, Faroe. I think this is. I don't know what that is, but yeah. Say, independent Greenland. Boom. Boom. And Denmark's like, man, we can't afford to have this whole ass continent on our shit. And Greenland's like, we wanna be independent. Okay, Greenland. And Iceland, not in the EU yet, is gonna be like, yo, Greenland. Let's lock. Oh, fuck, I'm sorry. Oh, yo, Greenland. Let's be pals. And I think Denmark still owns all of these. But, anywho. Greenland's like, yeah, man, we'll be the North Atlantic Union. The North Atlantic Union. And maybe these guys and not these guys. No, I'm actually not. These are, yeah, North Atlantic or the is it the Arctic or the North Atlantic? Would they? Actually, no. North Atlantic would be here. This is the Union of Arctic Islands. We got a population of like 360,000, like not even 10,000 combined. Not even there isn't 50,000. There was like 50,000 and then so 54,000. So not even 60,000. So we'll have a union with like a whole subcontinent size thing. And not even a full round million people of a union. And they're gonna be like, yo! Probably these guys too at this point. Like, yo, Union of Islands, Iceland, Greenland, these guys, maybe Falklands. Orkney? I think Orkney's right here. I don't know. Faroe, Orkney. I forgot. And yeah. And if Russia loses, let's say Russia. Actually, no, they're not gonna give up any of this. Okay, but Greenland, Iceland, and these chicos. Formerly Norwegian, then Danish, and then independent. I'll give him a little blue. like, wait, even better, even better. Oh shit, that's two. I'll design a flag real quick, cause I'm that generous. Oh shit, nigga. Boom. Looks pretty, huh? That is a spectacle to behold. The Arctic Union of empty islands. Alaska. No, maybe I don't think Canada's not gonna do a diddly darn thing. But yeah, what's the rush? Let's give Russia a. I think this is the Orthodox. Yep, that's it. Wait, no, it's not. It's like it needs to stand out. Boom, boom, and I don't know how to get started. I don't really want to draw out a whole. Boom, and these guys. Let's do a nice dollar. There we go. That is a dollar. I know I'm an artist. So we have. Wait, you know what? Let's go even further. Europe, Europa, Europe. Where's Europe? There. I mean, I know where Europe is. I'm thinking, what color do I give Europa? What color? I think we'll just give Europe a regular old cross. That's not a cross. I mean, they're all atheist over there, I think. Unless, Germany decides to. Oh, won't even be there. We go. Orthodox. Yeah, it's all the religions. It's all the religions. Their religion is union. The unity is their religion. Their religion is orthodoxy. Their religion is the star. The people's liberation, even though they're liberating the people from their private property. I guess it's the state having it is a teeny bit better than other people having too much. But I digress. Africa. We gave Africa. Let's give them a skull. That works just fine. Money. No, I'm not giving these guys anything. They have their logo. They're independent. They're rising independent stars. So Orthodox, communism, dead. Christian values, but without the religion. So like, don't be mean to anyone. We don't believe in God. We don't believe in God. What are you joking? Are you joking with me? We don't believe in no one. I bet you, not a soul in Belgium or Luxembourg has theistic beliefs. There ain't a theologist, anywhere. Maybe I should make it no religion. Okay, Kenzuk. I think Kenzuk will probably happen. The U.S. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll be fine. Crown. Oh, that isn't a crown. Boink. Boink. Oh. That is splendid. That is just beautiful. Let's try it again. Boom. The crown. The crown. Everyone, you know, I understand not liking, you know, the crown, because they're a bunch of douchebags. But would you rather your supreme ruler douchebag? Because don't, like, everyone who gets elected, you know, here, or here is for sure a douchebag. We have to accept this already. But would you rather a secular douchebag, or a non-secular, like this douchebag was ordained by God? Canada. Let's give you an upgrade. There we go. The king, the fucking empire. The sun never sets. The empire that never sleeps. The sun never sets. You know what? Let's go a little bit further. India. We're not just no India. There we go. There. Look at that. Isn't that just comforting? Of course they're getting. Sorry. Boom. Boom. Look at that. Oh, isn't that reassuring? That's beautiful. Of course, all the nice places are still going to be gentrified, and the favelas will be full of all the original inhabitants. The indigenous people's situation isn't going to get a lick better. However, on the outside, GDP, rising stars. All right, back. We're going back to Africa. They're already red, so. Boom! Oh shit! What happened? What happened? Oh my god! Oh my god! What is that? Oh my god! Africa. That isn't very. Let's just put a big old. Huh? That's not how you do a question mark. This is. There we. Isn't that a nice. Hold on. Isn't this a splendid. What? Boom. Ignorance prevails. Where's Singapore? Where is Singapore? I don't know a darn thing about Southeast Asia. Papua New Guinea? Who knows? Boom. We might have to push this back a teensy weensy bit. Shoot. Oh, poo. Let's do, say, 20. Darn. 50. 50. Boom. I think I'm feeling one more fudge cakes. One more little addition. I don't know a darn thing about any of these islands. All right, let's go over our predictions. Europe, atheist as hell. No mas NATO. That 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 defense budget is going all the way up because big bad Russia managed to conquer Ukraine, the Baltics, and Finland, or parts probably parts of Finland. I don't think they're gonna get all of it, as history likes to tell us. China, the new the world is yours, China. Boom. The world it belongs to China because America's cooked, and now there's gonna be freaking Chinese military bases everywhere, especially here. But anywho, East Asia, I don't know a darn thing about what's happening over there. Maybe they'll get annexed. Maybe they won't. Japan will probably be fine. Korea, I don't know what's happening over there. Indonesia, all these guys are gonna continue as if nothing ever darn happened. Anywho, Australia, Canada, Kiwi, England, not you, Ireland, not you. They're gonna become the Kanzuk Empire or it's ordained by our atheist god. The GDP, oh dear GDP. I pray for a bountiful paycheck. Anywho, Kanzuk, looking spectacular. Africa, as we discussed, no more aid from the UN because it doesn't exist anymore. And these dudes aren't gonna go back. France isn't gonna go back to Algeria. So, but they're still fucked. Latin America, looking pretty good. Probably still controlled by the U.S. The U.S. still a respectable power, but not. It isn't the end all be all. You know. Canada, as we've discussed, is in Kanzuk, Alaska. No one's gonna bother annexing that shit. Greenland, Iceland, Faroe, Orkney. I don't know if Orkney is too close to Scotland. Oh, we know Falklands is down here. Hold on. Fuck. Arctic Ocean Islands. Faroe, Greenland. Amsterdam. Who on earth? Who knows? Yeah, Arctic Union of Douchebag Islands. Moi. Kanzuk, America. Rising Latin America. Kanzuk, cooked. Atheist, secular, wannabe welfare states who launder money for everyone else. Still hanging in there. Orthodox, communism, New World Order. There we go. New World Order. Actually, I think it's more of a my favorite word. Multipolar. India. I don't have any strong feelings about India. I'm sure they'll be fine, but they aren't making it to the moon. This guy and this guy aren't going to allow that. Because why would you want to share the moon with India? And they'll probably get nuked by Pakistan or whatever. Fact. Boom. Cooked. Splendid.